What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Peter Parkour.
And I'm Nario Jossi, and we are the Distorted Theorists.
So, this is kind of a first thing that we've ever done something like this, really and truly. That we're actually going to be able to watch something as it's happening, and hopefully you guys will be able to join in with us.
Right. State of play.
State of play for the PlayStation for Hogwarts Legacy. This is
it's supposed to be groundbreaking, like in the Harry Potter world, yeah?
Well, it is, yes, in the Wizarding world. I wouldn't say
Wizarding world.
In the Harry Potter thing, because Harry Potter ain't going to be in this.
Why do you think you're not going to play it?
No, there's no Hermione.
I know you've done your studying, so you tell me. So I just assumed we were going to be Harry Potter maybe, or get a little spin of work with Harry Potter. What's going to happen?
So I don't know a ton about this because I've tried not to look into it because I want to be surprised. But when they announced this was going to be a 20-minute thing, I was like, well, I might as well look a little bit into it.
Yeah.
So you are going to be on Hogwarts, because it's called Hogwarts Legacy.
Yep.
However, this takes place, I think it's 150 years before the events. Oh, so you're in the 1800s, and again, you're going to be you make your character. I'm not sure if you pick your house or if it's kind of like the house picks you.
That, like completely random. That'd be kind of cool.
Because then you could get potentially 4 different playthroughs.
So are we expecting to see parts of Hogwarts that we've never seen in movies or anything like that? Yeah, different chambers or what have you?
When you think about it, you never really got to see all of it. I mean, the exterior shots are an actual set, and I think parts of it were actual castles that were in and around London and the Pinewood Studios.
Yeah.
But I mean, we will see the Great Hall. Yes, that is obviously going to be happening.
A lot of candles.
Yes, well, or some variation of it. This time we don't know.
True.
We'll see the common rooms, I'm assuming, in different variations of it. We don't know if
will Moaning Myrtle be alive in it? Maybe?
No.
Okay.
Because she was
sorry.
She was alive at the time of Tom Riddle, because Tom Riddle released the basilisk that killed her. So no more. So I don't think there's.
This is why he's on the channel, folks. He got the knowledge.
So I don't think there will be any characters that I'm aware of that will be in it. Now you might see like Nicholas Flamel, or you might have the beginnings of an inkling of Dumbledore or Grindelwald. I don't know how old they are, really and truly. Like with the movie coming out and everything like that, we've explored some into it. We might hear about some of the events that were talked about in Professor Bin's History of Magic. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I read the books about a year ago.
And some of the movies do brush over the lore, but I mean, I'm just excited to see what this is. Are you? Yes,
and it's developed by, I'm pretty sure, Warner Brothers. And the interesting thing about Warner Brothers is Interactive is that they actually own a piece of tech that apparently no other company is allowed to use. They could use it in some aspect. It's called the Nemesis system, which made its debut. Well, I can't say its debut. It's only been in 2 games in the Middle Earth games, Shadow of War.
I can see that.
So the Nemesis system is really cool in these types of games where if you get killed, whatever kills you becomes stronger in the game and rises the ranks. So you can't die in the Middle Earth games. You're a wraith.
I don't want to wait any longer. Can we watch this trailer right now?
I suppose.
Can we get into this state of play? 14 minutes of apparent gameplay, footage, all that stuff. Are you ready to watch this?
Live services. Yes, absolutely.
All right, hit that play button.
Okay, cool. Here we go.
Okay, all right.
Oh, PlayStation. Interesting.
State of play, baby.
Let's go. Where they were going to be here.
I'm very excited.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Well, they own Harry Potter anyway, so that makes sense. Avalanche. Not the Avalanche that makes Just Cause. It's a different studio.
Okay.
It's the Harry Potter thing. Like da, 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 at the beginning of the movie.
I hope so. Oh, yeah, now I can hear.
Lumos.
Okay, that looks good. In-game.
Work in progress.
Game as Blaze Gryffindor.
There it is,
I see someone on a broom? I saw something.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Armored trolls.
That's big.
That was from Fantastic Beasts.
I'm already in.
It's a mobile game.
Can you imagine? Man, that looks so huge. It's like Breath of the Wild.
Welcome to Hogwarts Legacy.
Welcome.
You're a new student at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry with a unique ability to manipulate powerful ancient magic hidden in the wizarding world.
One of a
You'll
kind.
need to uncover what's behind the return of this forgotten magic and who is seeking to harness it to destroy wizard kind, as you may be the one that decides the fate of the entire wizarding world.
Spoilers, it does all right.
But before you can study magic
Whoa,
and
is
begin
that a
to
cinematic?
solve these mysteries, you must create the witch or wizard
Yes,
you want
sir! I told you.
Look at the scars.
Oh, you get scars, yeah.
to be. When you arrive at Hogwarts, you will be sorted into one of the 4 Hogwarts houses.
There it is.
Gryffindor, Hufflepuff,
pick? I don't know.
Ravenclaw,
Random.
or Slytherin. After you
I
settle
know, but it's
into your
random.
dormitory, you will meet up with your housemates
Because
in
they're
the
in, like,
common
oh,
room.
cool.
You will then need to attend classes, and you do have some catching up to do,
In classes.
as you were starting Hogwarts late as a 5th year.
So you are the new student.
You'll begin your studies attending charms,
That's
defense
sick.
against
So
the
fifth
dark
year, you know what
arts,
that means?
herbology,
Nope, like Quidditch.
and potions classes, to name
I
a
don't think
few.
first years can do it.
There we go.
Oh, hello, class. Please welcome the newest rose in our garden.
Shall we begin?
Haven't really fixed those facial animations yet, have
Welcome to
they?
year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education
Inspector
on the
Patronum.
art of charm work.
Kapisky.
But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge.
The best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start
Nice.
with
There you go.
Time for a
one-on-one.
proper Hogwarts welcome.
Okay.
Ah, there's your bully.
What if this is like Red from Pokemon?
you. You may begin.
That's in the movie, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember again. Oh,
Is it the second
look
one?
at that. Like the sparks or whatever.
Not
That's
bad
sick.
for a beginner.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school.
Here, you'll meet your professors and learn to cast spells, grow magical plants, brew potions, and
the
more.
environment, like they've
In
actually
between
built it
classes, you'll be able to explore the castle famous for its secrets,
Okay.
enchantments, and
This
mysteries.
game looks massive.
You'll discover
Oh, the-
dungeons and secret passageways,
Gryffindor. Oh, it's gonna move.
Oh!
as well as challenging puzzles that will require magical
that's-
skill and a clever mind
That's what
to
I'm
solve.
excited for.
Oh, you get to go
Puzzles.
into it like in
Yeah.
Mario.
You may even find
Yep.
yourself in iconic locations
house
you've
elves.
never been able to explore before.
Oh, that's right, because that was phlegm or whatever it was.
But I'm excited
It's
for
the
puzzles.
late 1800s, so while the common rooms and classes
So
may be
120?
familiar, most of your professors will not be. However, you may recognize a few faces.
I forget his name, but I know exactly who you're
Really?
pointing
That
at.
is Nick.
Join the headless hunter. I'll be right there with them. This offering is sure to win them over.
Don't forget why I'm here, sir.
You'll come to know this eclectic group
Right,
of
Professor
talented
Binns.
witches and wizards in class and while completing side assignments that are part of a
Oh, yeah,
special
this is bully.
curriculum.
This is
ones
100%
designed to help
bully
you
in
catch
Harry
up
Potter.
with the other fifth years at your own speed.
Let's go, baby!
Oh, they're just gonna
Oh,
leave Quidditch out?
ah,
Okay.
then again, though.
Opportunities for adventure abound in the area surrounding
That looks like
Hogwarts.
this thing from Chamber
The
of
magical
Secrets.
abilities you learn to master through your schoolwork will soon become tested as you unravel a dangerous
there
mystery
gonna be
by
boss
working
battles, like?
alongside the
Well, that looks like
accomplished
one.
and yet enigmatic Professor Fig to try and discover if the rumors of a mounting goblin rebellion hold any weight,
that's cool.
and if the safety of Hogwarts lies in the balance.
I have
Ren Ross.
opinions differ as to how great a threat he really is.
Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize.
The wizarding world of this era is fraught with dangers. Creatures
Okay,
corrupted
so-
by a magical
Oh.
force, powerful goblins,
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch out
and
for that.
sinister
there, bud.
witches and wizards.
So it is a bit
all
hack
willing
and
to
slashy
fight,
as well,
even
with
kill
magic,
to
obviously,
achieve
but-
their own goals.
Kind of looks like
In fact,
Forspoken.
there's an uneasy alliance
Little
between the
bit.
goblins and dark wizards.
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade. That all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student
Guaranteed that
take
guy was
down
in the
your
Shadow of War
distraction.
series.
Who is this child? You're not telling me.
But perhaps you shouldn't involve yourself with that just yet.
Let's go.
Okay.
That's huge, man. This game is massive.
So you do go to different areas. So this looks like stuff that you've done with Dumbledore when you were looking for the.
Like, I'm curious what the mechanics of this game is going to be like. Button smash.
Enemies possess unique defensive and offensive abilities, including blasting curses, stunning spells, enchanted weaponry, and more.
Do you get the Avada
While
Kedavra?
some may attack directly, others might enchant and incapacitate you. Mastery of the shield charm allows you to deflect ranged spells and direct weapon strikes.
That looks slow-mo a little bit.
Okay.
Counterattack with powerful stunning charms, allowing you to follow up with extended spell combinations.
Oh, he blocked it.
Students who become particularly adept at spellcasting will find many ways to exploit their enemy's weakness.
Oh, that looks like skeletons.
They're like zombies.
He just said Leviosa. Oh! Like, I'm trying to
slam with Descendo.
Figure out how you do all this with a controller at
Roast
once,
with
you know?
Incendio. Devastate your enemies using various finishes.
Finishes, eh?
You can even use the mysterious, powerful magic your professors do not understand to obliterate your strongest foes.
Okay.
Mixing and matching dozens of spells will let you define your combat style.
Accio.
On your path to become the ultimate duelist.
This looks confusing.
Oh, you have the tree. The tree fell on.
Yeah.
So we've got environmental destruction.
Wow. Oh.
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time.
In addition to classes and spells, you'll have access to a deep set of upgrades, talents, and skills to aid your progression as a wizard. Complete challenges throughout the world to earn experience. Level up your abilities by choosing talents to upgrade your spells, plants, and potions to increase their power. Decide which talents best fit your playstyle to allow you to focus on your favorite types of magic. You can also loot, buy, or craft your own magical gear.
Okay, but how do you get
that will increase your offensive and defensive capabilities in combat.
Like barter.
Gear can be upgraded and specialized to allow for greater abilities for your chosen playstyle.
It's a strong, even motion when cutting your ingredients.
Oh, yes, Smile. What is this, making poppins from Pokemon, is it?
I'm okay with that.
Spells are not the only tools at your disposal in combat.
Cooking in Breath of the
As you
Wild.
hone your wand skills, you can continue to further your magical education at Hogwarts, progressing your development as a witch or wizard. Brew potions that can increase your power when you need a boost. Grow and deploy magical plants to mob the battlefield and keep your enemies at bay.
Nah, see, that's cool. That's cool.
That's what Neville would do.
You can even unleash deadly mandrake seedlings to incapacitate unsuspecting enemies.
I remember those. Oh!
In Beasts class, you will learn about a variety of magical beasts you might encounter, both at school and as you explore the world surrounding the castle and its grounds.
The goal of today is to remind all of you
is.
how to maneuver on a broomstick safely.
Learning and mastering broom flight is highly recommended
I told you that was
so
gonna
that you
be.
may travel
It
around
had to
the
be.
world more
I'm
quickly.
wondering if Quidditch was around then.
I want you to do my herbology homework.
You're
They're
despicable.
probably saving that for the end of this.
Companions?
Some abilities may be taught to you by students who become your friends. As you develop relationships with these schoolmates, they can accompany you on your journey as your companions. And over time, you'll learn their stories.
Okay.
Do you think it's going to be an automatic recovery system, or have
Natsai
these
Onai
heals?
is a brave adventurer driven by the justice she seeks. Poppy Sweeting has a kind heart and loves magical beasts, connecting with them more easily than with humans.
But what happens now?
Unafraid of detention or breaking the rules,
Sneaking in the restricted section again!
is Sebastian Sallow, a charismatic Slytherin
We've been over this, boy. Grifflefigs cannot reverse a curse.
with a troubling family secret.
Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
That's dope.
You'll meet these students and more as you explore common rooms, hallways between classes, and regular gathering areas.
Welcome to the Room of Requirement.
Maybe you had to progress through like wave after wave of something coming.
One of the most remarkable secrets of Hogwarts is known as the Room of Requirement.
Oh, you build your own area?
You're introduced to this space that seems to sense what you need and then provides it for you.
So we also have Sims.
I'm down.
Roller coaster tycoon.
Since you need to catch up to your peers, the room provides space for you to sow and harvest plants, brew potions, and upgrade your gear.
Oh my.
This is very complex.
A helpful house elf named Deke helps you discover vivariums that allow you to nurture your own menagerie of magical beasts.
What is it?
Oh, so you're going to have to collect different monsters.
Only one way to find out.
You can freely customize this space to reflect your personality and magical specialties.
Kitty cats.
They are going all in on this game right now.
Beyond the castle walls.
There it is. Oh, you're riding a griffin.
Hippogriff.
Not everything you need on your journey is available at Hogwarts.
There it is.
You'll want to visit the nearby wizarding village of Hogsmeade, where loads of shops and vendors can provide you with the supplies you require. From potion ingredients and recipes, to seeds for magical plants, to all sorts of gear.
There it is, there it is.
But Hogsmeade also has its dangerous side. A band of dark witches and wizards, emboldened by the turmoil of the times, wander the village outskirts. You must avoid them or defeat them.
Yeah, no doubt.
As you explore, you'll find the world surrounding Hogwarts is alive with activity, wonders, and areas of unusual interest. As the school year progresses, dynamic seasons and climates will fill the sky with lightning or sunshine, or coat the ground with snow or rain. Unique wizarding hamlets pepper the countryside, each with vendors and residents who have stories to tell, and missions with which they could use your assistance.
Okay, side quests.
Be on the lookout for enchanting magical puzzles that may very well have been designed by Merlin himself when he was a student at Hogwarts. Magical beasts roam the lands outside the castle walls. Some have been corrupted by a mysterious dark magic, while others are at risk of poachers and their traps. If you're feeling benevolent, you can rescue them and restore them to health in the Room of Requirement.
That means you've seen death.
But there are dangers beyond your understanding in the world as well. Dungeons and vaults hold perilous threats and also untold rewards.
What?
Be careful where you choose to explore, as it may lead you down a darker path.
You've got moral choices too?
Master spells. Befriend new allies. Journey across a landscape never seen before. Uncover ancient secrets. Combat mystical threats. Learn long-forgotten mysteries. Become the witch or wizard you want to be as you leave your unique mark on the wizarding world. Here, in Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, yes, sir.
Now, I just got a goosey.
Wait. Release date? We haven't.
I know.
Come on, September.
Come on.
No.
Well, holiday. Holiday? It's a holiday. That means Christmas. Or
Thanksgiving.
It's gonna be Christmas.
That was your first extended look at Hogwarts Legacy. Now let's hear from the real wizards and witches behind the game.
We gotta talk to the developers now.
Like you would.
I guess.
This guy. No Quidditch though. We'll get into that.
The attention to detail and the passion and the love for this brand that the team has is astonishing.
What is your name?
Our team is so excited to take all of the love that they put into this as fans and give it to fans.
This is the game that they've dreamed of for 20 years.
There's definitely some fan service in there for sure.
BTS.
The lore of the wizarding world is already so rich, and all we had to do was harness those elements and build a game out of it.
The movies, the books, they all touch me in such a way. Like, it makes me want to go to experience Hogwarts. It makes me put in so much more detail into this game.
Calling now, there's going to be a special edition hardcover art book.
We really want to make sure that anything we add or anything we play with or anything that we explore really feels authentic.
Bringing to life just the charm and the love, everything we have for the books, and then marrying that with the iconic experiences from the movies that fans will recognize is really just the perfect handshake between the two.
A lot of work went into this game. I can just tell,
the discovery of like seeing things portrayed for the first time. Maybe they've read something and had a picture in their head the whole time, but then finally to get to touch it, to walk around it.
You've got all of these elements that can come together to create this amazing AAA open world action RPG.
When it comes to the open
so
world,
now they're classifying it.
We just knew
RPG.
it wasn't going to be enough to just stare out of the windows of Hogwarts and wonder what it's like out there. But the final question that fans ask is, what's beyond that? What's beyond the Forbidden Forest? What's going to be beyond Hogsmeade? What's beyond the Black Lake if I start traveling south?
Lake.
And we just felt like we had to answer those
questions. Is the giant
questions.
squid? Are we going to see the mer people?
How big is this game? Like
we were creating a real wide palette of opportunities and ways to explore the world.
That's really cool.
You're going to see different stories that are really exclusive to who you were in the world.
Hogwarts Legacy is an original story that takes place in the late 1800s.
You are a new student who is starting at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry as a 5th year, which is very unusual.
So she started the story.
So already there's a bit of an edge and a bit of a mystery.
The original story that we tell in the game is your story of what you did.
We as the characters have
in
been
the
to
Wizarding
Hogwarts
world
before.
That you haven't seen before.
Well,
we make our own magic with our story we're trying to tell.
Fans are familiar with the Wizarding world from, the 1900s and on,
Maybe,
really.
I'm not sure.
But now, with this world, we're able to sort of create a space that's their own.
Yeah, that's cool there.
Fans of the series will know that ancient magic has been around for a long time, to say the least, and that Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic. And the Avatar, the player, has the ability to sense it and possibly wield it or control it.
Our process of development started with rereading the books. And over development, we reread the books many times. Every time we'd start with a new feature, we'd dig into that. And then beyond, we would go into the films.
Being able to put our own spin on what this universe is was a pretty big deal. I helped design a piece that nobody has ever seen before, the Hufflepuff common room.
All right.
As a Hufflepuff, you always wondered, like, what is my common room supposed to look like?
It in the movies.
It's close enough to the world that we know that fans will recognize certain names, they'll recognize spells, they'll recognize certain locations.
I recognize that doorway, I recognize that classroom.
But mostly, it's going to be an entirely new wizarding world that no one's ever experienced.
When people engage in the Wizarding world,
looks like Lord of the
what's the
Rings.
one anchor?
We need a new
what's
Lord of
the
the
thing that
Rings
everyone
game.
comes back to? What's the
Make
thing
it
that
happen.
grounds it
But-
all and grounds all these characters and grounds
Like, how
all
many
these figures?
side quest
And for us, we really
findings
felt
will
like
we
that
find
answer
in this
was
world? Like,
Hogwarts
you're definitely
itself.
going to be coming across
that
temples and
school,
stuff.
That famous school of witchcraft and wizardry is really what binds it all.
How to bring Hogwarts to life. That was a very big challenge because, as everybody knows, Hogwarts is huge.
Now we need to know exactly how this passage connects to this passage for a game.
Yeah, you had to
because you're gonna
build
have
that
to
from
walk
the ground up.
And of course, again, the Sentient Castle, it's got new surprises up its sleeves. It likes to keep its students on its toes. We've put so many little secrets and passageways and rooms in this castle.
Like, how do you know that's up there?
We recreate those very important locations. And then there's these other places that are only mentioned in the books or just alluded to. And we have to make the connective tissue that brings all of it together.
Love that.
Having a world that is a breathing,
Hey, look at
living world is very hard to do because it's all about the details. And as a concept team, we really got into those details and studied history, studied architecture.
I hope that when fans play the game, they get as lost in it as I do. I can just be reviewing a side mission, and all of a sudden I find myself wandering Hogwarts for like 45 minutes because it's so beautiful.
The community is absolutely going to love Hogwarts Legacy.
It's going to be so fun.
Get that letter to Hogwarts and go to Hogwarts.
We're so excited for people to come to this, to inhabit it, to actually enter the Hogwarts
Hey, they have
that we
mics
built.
like us.
This is your Hogwarts.
They're
Legacy.
They're just like us.
Kind of beat. There's some hype, man. There's some hype.
Oh, Harry Potter film collection. Cool.
We truly hope you enjoyed the Hogwarts Legacy State of Play.
More?
Our team
One little-
is so grateful for the excitement
around.
and for the passion that all of you bring to this. It's truly what fuels us. On behalf of our team at WB Games Avalanche we want to thank you for being here today, and we'll see you at Hogwarts.
That's our show.
I thought you were going to hit us
We hope
with
you're
Quidditch.
excited for the magic to come. See you next time.
All right. Well,
I think that's it, yeah?
I think so.
Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen.
That was great.
That was so good. Tell me what you thought right away. You hit me with the points that you noticed.
Well, no, it's damn near everything that we were talking about. Kind of in the show now. It was Hogsmeade. Well, no Quidditch, but we saw like maybe you're going to have to work on spells. Maybe you're going to have this effect.
I feel like everything we talked about in the beginning came to fruition. The only thing we didn't really see was a confirmed Quidditch.
Yeah.
Looked like it, but I don't know.
But I mean, if we're able to talk about these things and make them happen, where's my Tesla? Anyways, this is Bully. This is what this was showing.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there's a bigger story in effect instead of just like I'm trying to get everything to rise up. There's a deeper narrative that we're not really aware of. There's still some stuff that they're keeping in the dark.
And we still don't know what the game is about. Well, we got an idea. There's a goblin rising up or whatever, but that's pretty much all they gave us, really.
And like just at the end of that trailer, like, oh yeah, but don't forget, you can also be bad. Avada Kedavra. And I was like, you can have so obviously
bit of fable in there.
Moral choices that you're going to be able to make. So now I say this as moral choices that you're going to be able to make in many games these days. It's kind of common that you're like, hey, you can side with this faction or this faction.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Dying Light 2. Great game, but if you're like, oh, I'm going to go with the Peacekeepers as opposed to Survivor, you get a crossbow as opposed to like, hey, you beat us up. That wasn't great. Anyways, we're going to give you access to the water. So like it's not a whole lot. So I'm hoping that if you start to be a little bit more...
But I assume what I take away, because it's Hogwarts, it's the wizarding world, as we said. Is it going to be like, well, you can kill this person and you're starting to become evil? Or is it like, choose to knock over their potion in class and carry on and you get bad points or whatever?
But I'm wondering if your morals start to change, then will people interact with you differently?
Well, I assume you attract different crowds then. Maybe Slytherin is more inclined to hang with you or invite you to Hogsmeade or something.
Here's a good example. Have you ever played a Dishonored game?
No, but I've heard of it.
So Dishonored is a game about you're an assassin named Corvo. You're wrongfully accused of something, and you basically have to exact revenge on the people that accused you. You come back and you do this thing. Now, you can go the complete stealth route and just be like, I'm going to be sneaky, do all this stuff, which is a lot harder. And the city reacts to that. So you can go like, I'm quiet and I'm helping you out, or I'm going and killing everything to still maintaining the same goal. But the people in the city are like, oh my God, you killed these people. Like, but I'm helping you. Like, yeah, but you killed them. So in this, I'm wondering if it's like, the teachers will react to it different. Like, oh yeah, did you hear what he did?
Yeah,
he accidentally
and
killed
it seems like they
someone
could do that with this game because it's very subtle and whispery and commentative and
there's people. They said that there's your companions. There's the girl who's really like, what was her name?
Like for all we know, we could end up joining the goblins in this game for some reason.
Calling it now. I'm calling it now.
Okay,
your professor that is helping you fight against the goblins, they're aligned with them. It's just how these narratives work.
Fair enough.
And he's using you as a means to his own end. But I'm very excited. Now, they didn't give you the choice. They didn't let us know, again, are you choosing Gryffindor, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, or Hufflepuff, or if it's just like random. Boop,
you know what, though? We'll find that out when we get into it. So that's going to be exciting.
But I'm wondering if it could be something as in, okay, you put the hat on, it goes over, and then you're asked a set of questions. And then judging on
what's
your
on
responses,
your mind or something.
Well, yeah, like if you walk down the street and you find a wallet and it's got someone's name in it, do you search this person out? Do you take the money out? Do you hold on to it and wait to see? Do you not keep it and you just do all this
stuff?
That
could actually even very well take place before the hat goes on and you think it's a throwaway.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And then the hat goes on and it's like, you are Gryffindor.
Or if you're on the train, like I'm going and something's happened, like how do you react? Do you help this person out?
Right.
Do you like,
someone knocks over a water canister and spills the water. Do you help wipe it up?
So these are all your tests that are put throughout and it's like, well, because you did this and because you did this, you're a Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
Like,
that'd be pretty cool, and that makes sense.
But I wanted to be a Gryffindor. I was like,
restart the game.
stuff that you did, yeah, and try and go on IGN and try and find the stuff. IGN. Try and find the stuff for what you could do to be Gryffindor.
Yeah. But I think we took a lot away from that state of play. That was actually a worthy state of play, in my opinion. We've had some terrible ones, but this one was actually.
It's not that they've been terrible ones. The ones that just didn't pertain to us. This is a deep dive into what Hogwarts Legacy is. A game that both of us are mildly interested in. But would you say after this that you are more than mildly interested?
Oh
in?
yeah, it looks like we've already spoke about getting Forspoken, which the magic and using the air bending and all that. And this has a very similar look to it. So I'm just as intrigued. But I guess Forspoken is Forspoken.
But this
has Harry Potter lore to it. So you're like,
this is something I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
Now,
it's going to be some competition.
Will this be a day one purchase for you?
I haven't decided. I'm going to keep monitoring.
Yep.
But I'm not. It definitely would be worth a day one. I just don't know where I'll be at in my gaming world because Pokemon's coming out in the holidays too. So
we're still waiting to see what's going to happen with God of War,
Breath of the Wild. There's so much. There's so much. This is a great time to be a fan of games and movies, and 2022 might be our year.
Well, listen, we've already got some big ones that have already come out. I'm still waiting to try out Elden Ring. That game is going to destroy me at some point. I'm working my way through Forbidden West. You're working your way through Forbidden West.
Still going.
But Elden Ring makes me want to hate my life, and I kind of really want to try it.
So, are you satisfied with everything we witnessed?
Yes.
Are we good?
Not every question was answered, but enough questions were answered
that
I could walk away saying this is a game that myself and my wife will enjoy very much.
The interest has been piqued.
Oh, yes.
All right, guys, if we've piqued your interest and you stuck around for this whole review of the state of play of Hogwarts Legacy, we always ask, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We appreciate it. Hey, Pete, take us out.
Well, that's it. So I'm Peter Parkour.
I'm the Rio Jussie. And like we always say around here, give it to him.